Velo Adelaide 500 is back. Well, the Adelaide Circuit is back at least, and we could not be more pumped to be here for the first day of Supercars action. Chad Nayland, how awesome is this?
Bryony, your home state.
Exactly.
As well. It's just so good to be back again in Adelaide. The circuit looks incredible. So that's the first thing you'll notice when you flick on Fox Sports for today's coverage. Starts very, very soon. The circuit looks amazing, from the corporate areas to the lawn to the painted signs. Everything has been put in place perfectly to be here this weekend. Ticket sales are through the roof. Big concerts are back here. And of course, these things, the supercars, ready to go.
Yeah, it's got that new car smell, but also that familiarity of, it's nice to be back. It's like, you know, your favourite couch, but maybe reupholstered. That's what it's like.
Yeah, it kind of works, actually. I know where you're going with that.
A big talking point, of course, this weekend, Shane Van Gisbergen, obviously the series leader, the champion-elect, has elected to run the number one. For the first time, I don't think he's ever run the number one in the 3 years of being champion, so that's pretty cool.
And for him, that was his own personal way of farewelling Holden. So I think that's a nice, cool little thing for Shane to be able to do. We're all very sad to see Holden obviously wrapping up their time in supercars. I'll live on in the Dunlop series for a while longer yet, but fabulous tribute, not just from Shane, we're sticking the number one in the car, but have a look at the livery as well. And Walkinshaw Andretti United are doing their own thing, of course, being a proud Holden team.
Those cars look awesome too.
For so long, yeah. So lots to talk about when we go live on Fox Sports very soon.
And speaking of Fox Sports, we have a pretty
guest.
cool addition to the telecast this weekend, and we have not set this up at all. Oh, look who we've managed to run into.
Ta-da.
How are you going? How are you, Bryony?
I'm well, thank you, Scott. Scott McLaughlin, of course. You're racing in the IndyCar these days. Would you come back to do a little bit of a TV guest appearance here at the Adelaide 500?
Yeah, I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone, if I'm being honest, but I'm actually reading up.
What are you reading?
We get this strategy thing and working out what I need to, if I'm saying the right stuff. But no, I'm having a lot of fun, and it's kind of weird being on this side of the garage near Red Bull, right?
I was going to say, you've probably never been this close to the Red Bull garage before. Are you allowed in to this one this weekend?
I'm just going to go with it until someone tells me not to. But no, they're absolutely, every team's been really good. And obviously I've got a soft spot with next door. But looking forward to a new experience of just being neutral ground and having a bit of fun.
Now, you've been out and about shooting some stories which are going to feature on the Fox Sports telecast across the weekend. One you did just recently was you actually surprised old mate here for a bit of a chat. How did that go?
Well, I was probably more nervous for that than I've ever been for a race here. But Shane was great. We had to sit down and we talked about everything from World Rally Championship to whatever. But it'll be on the coverage this weekend. I think it's a really cool chat, and he was really open and honest. And you don't often get to do that. We're friends, but to do that as competitors and talk about our old battles and a few things was really cool. So. Credit to him for doing it and just being a good sport about it, and he's been a great champion.
Finally, what does it feel like to be back here amongst the supercars paddock, the community, the people, the cars? Has it changed a lot, or does it feel like you just kind of like a familiar couch, I was saying before, you just sit back on it?
The only thing I'm not doing is just not driving, but everyone has been great. The fans, I've been really welcomed back, which is nice. And when I left, that was peak COVID, so there was no one around. So it's really nice to come back and see how many people. There's going to be a huge amount of people here this weekend. I just hope everyone has a good time, and I don't say any bad words on TV.
Not that you've ever done that before in Adelaide.
No, what could possibly go wrong? We'll leave you to your strategy.
Just quickly,
notes.
we are live on Facebook, but we're live around the venue as well right now. You've got some merch for sale. I want you to get a quick chance to plug the merch, Scotty. Tell us about it.
Well, we've got limited range, just some polos and cool. Some hats, just feeling the waters a little bit, see if we need to do this in the future. But they're at the DGR at the merchandise there, and I'll be doing some signing sessions across the weekend as well, because I know there's a lot of people on my Facebook and stuff that were really interested in getting some stuff signed, so hopefully I get through as many as I can.
Okay, good. There you go.
Thank you, Scotty, for
Thanks,
your time.
buddy.
I have a feeling
Limited
they are going
run.
to
There you
go pretty quickly.
I think so.
What is it? It's Thursday afternoon here.
Well, it's
how
like
long do you
when
reckon they'll last? Thursday night?
Oh, mate,
Friday?
if they're not sold out by the end of the day, I'd be very surprised. It's like when Volvo debuted here with Scotty, and they brought out all this Volvo merchandise, and then he went and did what he did. Put it on the front row and then finished second, beating Jamie Whincup. And GRM just sold out of every item of clothing that they brought here. It's such a loyal race fan crowd here that we get here.
Of course, this was the garage that was home to Scott McLaughlin for many a year.
Yep.
Anton De Pasquale and Will Davison now the lead drivers for the DJR team. It can be interesting to see how they go this weekend. But you kind of feel like the whole The whole weekend's about farewelling Holden, isn't it?
It is,
The last
but
time we'll see them here on the street.
also the last time we'll see the Mustang. And what a successful race car the Mustang has been in supercars from the days
Very good point, Joe.
when Scotty was out there belting the field up for a few years, and that'll also be the story down here at Tickford as well. Just on that, we just walked past the James Courtney car. That is a different chassis to the run that he ran in the Gold Coast. He was involved in that big crash that happened on the beach at Cane. That's not why they've changed it, but the car that was crashed at Bathurst has been fixed up. And he's changed back to that car here this weekend.
Just wanted to come in here, speaking of the Holdens, and just check out up close the special Walkinshaw Andretti United livery that they are running for this final round. Of course, Walkinshaw Andretti United changing to a Ford factory team,
Yep.
Ford-backed team next year.
It feels a bit weird to say it.
It does feel a bit weird.
It's going to take some getting used to.
love this livery. Tell us what you think on Facebook about this one and perhaps the Red Bull Ampol Racing one. Which one do you like? Which one do you prefer? I think this just is outstanding.
I get the feeling this is going to have a few fan votes, Bryony. They have done a brilliant job with this throwback. It also reminds me a little bit of the 2010 Bathurst 1000 when Will Davison, and Garth Tander were running around in a very similar looking car to this one. So it's a little bit of a throwback in that sense.
Throwback.
Yeah, a throwback. And I think they've done a wonderful job with that one. And of course, we've got NTI on the doors for Nick Percat's car. Really special weekend for Nick Percat. He's been so instrumental in getting this race meeting back. I love the shots of him this week, literally painting the grid markings on the front straight. For a guy who's grown up at this circuit, watching Formula One, idolising guys like Russell Lingle running around here back in the day, very important for him to be here. He's won the 500 here on a very special wet day for Lucas Dumbrell Motorsport. I'll give a quick plug actually for that. If you want to go and check out the Repco Supercars Rewind podcast. We've got a couple up, one with Scotty Mack and one with Nick Percat, living a couple of famous moments here.
So that will be my entertainment this
It's
evening.
a very short drive back to our hotel, unfortunately. I was going to say maybe you could listen to it on your way home today, but anyone watching on Facebook, if you need something to listen to when you drive home from work today.
Fantastic. Okay, let's give you an idea of what to expect on the Fox Sports telecast this afternoon.
Yep.
Kicks off at 1:15 p.m.
Oh, I love
local
this. This is
time.
my favourite part of Facebook.
Local time, which is 2 p.m. on the East Coast.
So what time do we go live?
1:15 p.m. Oh, 1:15
Yes! The first one.
1:15 p.m. So that's 1:45
There
p.m.
we
on
go.
the
Okay.
If you tune in at 2 o'clock, you've probably missed the first 15 minutes of the show. Sorry about that.
And you're
Don't
actually
listen to
from
me.
here as
I
well.
know,
That's
I
the
know,
best
it's
bit about that.
ridiculous. We've got plenty of awesome support categories here at the Velo Adelaide 500. Of course, it's the final round of the Dunlop Series.
Yes.
A championship up for grabs there.
Absolutely,
At
five drivers
in
the fight.
contention.
And also an all South Aussie fight in Super 3, which I reckon is going to be worth watching. 66 points separate those two kids.
We've also got the Australian GTs on track. We've got some big names too. I mean, Jamie Whincup is competing in that. We've
How
got
cool's that? Christopher Mees, the German
Christopher
superstar.
Mees and
Kelvin
Kelvin
van der Linde.
Vanderlinde.
Big
It's like
names.
we're saying the same thing at the same time. It's like
Finishing each other's
sentences.
Terrible.
We've also got the Aussie racing cars, Touring Car Masters, S5000. There's plenty to watch.
Yeah,
and keep
Giancarlo
entertained.
Fisichella running this weekend.
Can't forget to mention him
Yep.
either. But Supercars, their first practice on the resurfaced streets of Adelaide is this afternoon. And then we have a big day on Friday with some more practices qualifying and then two 250k races across the weekend. But it all starts with that first 30-minute practice session this afternoon.
And it's going to be hot this weekend, particularly. It's not too bad right now. It's actually lovely. But Sunday in particular is going to be about 33, 34 degrees here at the Adelaide Parkland Circuit. So 250Ks is really going to be hard work.
You don't want to miss any of the action here at the Velo Adelaide 500. It all kicks off 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox Sports 506. Make sure you tune in. Did I get that wrong again?
Yes, you did get that wrong. It's
What did I
1:15
say?
local time. It's
That's what I
1:45.
said.
No, you said 1:15
Oh, my
Eastern
goodness.
time.
Okay, we'll argue about this off air.
Look, just
lucky
get out
we
your
go-
phone, go to the Foxtel guide, okay, ignore what Bryony's saying, and look, if you're here listening right now, you don't even need to do that. It's just on
It's
because
right in
you're here.
front of you, yes. This is more for the people that are
Brilliant.
trying to watch it at home. Just stick it on Fox Sports 506 all
Actually, there you
day,
go.
and it's going to come on eventually.
Good
right?
advice. Turn on Fox Sports 506 right now. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll check back in here from the fast lane later on.
I'm going to miss these.